Alright kids, it's time for UFC 206, which is being headlined by Daniel Cormier rematching Anthony Rumble Johnson for the light heavyweight championship of the world. Which is what I would be saying if it were true, which it isn't because Daniel Cormier got hurt and they had to cancel the matchup. So now our main event is an interim featherweight title fight between Max Holloway and Anthony Pettis. Now, I know you may have noticed something kind of interesting about that it's the interim featherweight title fight, because Conor McGregor recently was stripped of the featherweight title. So does this mean this fight in particular is basically a substitute for that featherweight title? I mean, why can't it just be a regular featherweight title fight for the official title? Oh, that's right, because they're going to give it to Jose Aldo without earning it. So yeah, UFC nowadays is pretty much WCW circa 1993, where there's a bajillion titles out there and they don't mean diddly. But, UFC 206, there are some good fights on. I probably won't order it, but, I'll at least watch the animated GIFs afterward. Alright, so our main event is going to be Max Holloway taking on Anthony Pettis. Should be a pretty interesting matchup. Looking here at the statistics to see if there's any major variables. Looks like Pettis has a pretty big reach advantage, but Holloway has a leg reach advantage because now we quantify that. As far as strikes landed per minute, Max Holloway landing about 5.6 per fight compared to 2.5 for Pettis. Accuracy pretty much dead even. Strikes absorbed, Holloway's eating probably about one more punch per minute than Pettis, which is a big deal. Even though Holloway's overall defense is better than Pettis. Takedown average, slight tilt towards Pettis. Takedown accuracy favors Holloway. Takedown defense favors Holloway. Submissions favors Anthony Pettis by a large margin. So who do I got in this one? Man, this is a tough one. My apologies. I'm going to go with Max Holloway. I think he wins a unanimous decision. I think Pettis goes in there and gets some good strikes early, but he kind of fizzles out in the 4th and 5th round, and Holloway just starts unloading the barrage. I think his cardio is a little bit better, and it really shouldn't be much of a challenge for the last 10 minutes. Holloway decision. Really pretty simple one there. Donald Cerrone taking on Matt Brown. Donald Cerrone, how many times have they fought this year? Like 17? So yeah, Donald Cerrone, he's going to fight on the last show, but his opponent, Kelvin Gastelum, couldn't make weight. So they both got bumped up to 206, but they're not fighting each other because that makes sense. Alright, so looking at the statistic here, height's pretty much even, reach pretty much even, leg reach pretty much even. Cerrone landed more significant strikes per minute, accuracy slight tilt towards Brown. Cerrone's eating more punches per minute, defense pretty much even. Takedown average, even. Takedown accuracy, pretty even. Takedown defense, slight tilt towards Cerrone, and submission averages pretty much dead even. So yeah, this looks like a very even contest on paper, but we don't fight on paper. We fight in an octagon. And I think Cerrone's has been having a great year. He's much faster. I think he's got better combos. He's out there in Mortal Kombat in people to death, like his Killer Instinct, in that one fight he had. A couple of UFC 202, I believe, where he just went in there, like kicked a dude, elbowed him, uppercut him, did all this crazy stuff for a knockout. So yeah, I'm gonna go with Cerrone to win this one. I think he wins it by 3rd round TKO. Like I said, we're not being scientific. We're just going with our hearts, man. Alright, so now we got Cub Swanson taking on Doo-Hoo Choi. Because, man, I love all these South Korean fighters. They all fight kind of the same way. They fight like Rocky. They have no defense. It's go in there, punch me 84 times in the face, and just be happy that I don't punch you, because one knockout will, put you on your back faster than the forces at Incheon. That's a Korean War reference, in case you didn't get it. So anyway, Cub Swanson, Doo-Hoo Choi, looking at the statistics here. Minor height advantage for Doo-Hoo. Reach advantage for legs and arms pretty much identical. Strikes landed per minute. Now this is crazy. 3.43 significant strikes landed per minute for Cub Swanson, but for Choi, 7.03. Wow, this dude hits people a lot. Accuracy favors Doo-Hoo. Strikes absorbed per minute. Swanson is getting hit a little bit more often. Defense pretty much dead even. Now, the big differential here is in grappling, because Swanson, he's got a 1.26 takedown average per fight. Doo Ho Choi don't go for takedowns. Doo Ho Choi go for knocking you out. So not really much to say there. He's never gone for one in his UFC career. So takedown accuracy favors Swanson, takedown defense favors Swanson, submission averages favors Swanson by a minimal amount. So yes, one of those things where striking's pretty even with a tilt towards Choi, but grappling clearly favors Swanson, and when it's a wrestler taking on a striker, and it's not like some world-class like kickboxing champion, you go with the wrestler, so I'm going to go with Cub Swanson on this one by unanimous decision. Tim Kennedy taking on Kelvin Gastelum. In this photo we have here for the UFC website, it looks like there is a 300-pound weight differential. Let's take a look at this one real quick. This one's going to shock you. Oh, look at that. These guys are like the same species. It's like Tim Kennedy, I'm about 170. Kelvin Gastelum, I'm Blanca from Street Fighter. Just completely ridiculous and absurd, but you know what? That's what we got going on here. People do indeed cut weight and cheat. It's part of the game. Or that, or just Gastelum. He's just not good at cutting weight. I mean, he didn't make it the last pay-per-view, so he just doesn't care. All right, well, enough jokes. Slight height advantage for Kennedy. Reach advantage definitely for Kennedy. Leg reach goes towards Kennedy. Stimulus strides landed per minute goes towards Gastelum. Accuracy even. Strikes absorbed per minute, Kennedy has better defense. Even though the defense overall for stimulus strikes is pretty much even. Takedown average, Kennedy. Takedown accuracy favors Gastelum. Takedowns defended. Slight tilt towards Kennedy. Submission averages goes towards Kennedy. This is a hard match to pick because Gastelum can't make weight. Tim Kennedy's coming off an injury. It's kind of short notice. I think this fight's going to suck. I think both these guys are going to be at 100%. They're just trying to get their payday. But in that, I think Tim Kennedy wins. He'll do more to impress the judges. He'll get some more shots off. He wins by split decision. And our curtain jerker for this card, we got Jordan Jordan Mine, whatever, taking on Mil Meek, whose middle name is Valhalla, apparently. They don't actually have a country listed for Mil Meek out, which is kind of weird. So I don't know anything about this guy. In fact, there's no data whatsoever on the UFC website. We just know this person is 8-2-1 with 1 no contest. So I can't make an educated prediction on this one. I would just be a charlatan if I did. So just know what we know about Jordan Mine. He's a pretty good fighter. Didn't he fail a drug test a couple of years ago? It'd be like Nate Diaz or somebody. Or Donald Sterling, somebody that's actually good, but they returned it for weed or PED. Anyway, I haven't seen him fight in a while. I'm just going to go with Jordan Mine. I'll go with it by unanimous decision because we take safe bets these days. Alright, now I'm just going to run down the prelims. Nikita Krylov taking on Misha Zurkanov, Ukraine versus Latvia. Just making a gut call here. I'm going to go with Nikita to win this one by a second round stoppage. We got Olivier Aubin-Mercier, the Quebec kid, taking on Drew Dauber. I'm going to go with Dauber by unanimous decision. We got Valerie Letourneau taking on Viviane Pereira. I'm going to go with Pereira here by first round stoppage. She's tough. We got Mitch Gagnon taking on Matthew Lopez. In case you haven't figured this one out, they're doing this thing in Canada. Thus, all the French-Canadian last names. I'm going to go Lopez in this one by unanimous decision. He also has a really terrible tattoo. I don't know what it says, but I don't care. And rounding up our early prelims on Fight Pass, we got John Makdessi taking on taking on Lando Venata, whose nickname is Groovy. I'm going to go with Lando to win this one, just because I like his name. I think he wins by decision. We've got Rustam Kubalov, the other Russian guy, Jason Sago. I'm going to go with Rustam by decision. And starting the whole thing off, we got Dustin Ortiz taking on Zach Mikovsky. Both these guys were like in the title fray a couple of years back, and now, oh man, they're opening up the Facebook fights. Oof, fall from grace. Should be interesting though. I'm going to go with Mikovsky by decision. So yeah, probably not the best card of the year, but there are some interesting matchups, and if nothing else, it'll be fun watching Holloway and Pettis wheel on each other, and Serrano probably knock a dude out. Plus, you got a guy named Doo Ho Choi fighting, and you don't get to see that too often. So check it out. I probably won't watch it live, but I'll at least check Sherdog or something. Or Half Guarded. Half Guarded is actually the only internet MMA source you ever need to go to. Halfguarded.com. Go to it all the time. Bookmark it. Never leave it. Put it on Facebook all the time. Always.